All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We're the brothers from the GMS Atlanta Church. We want to start off by giving all glory and infinite praises unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to our apostles and the elders at Great Millstone that taught us this truth, that teach us this truth, and that continue to rule well. Salutations to the Akim throughout the four corner that are putting their life on the line week in and week out, in season and out of season, to prophesy the gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Shalom.
Shalom.
And salutations to the few women that do subscribe to this truth in faith and sincerity and all subjection, man, because that is the key. And with that being said, man, we just wanted to come real quick and do, Lord willing, it's edifying. Just do a hit on, getting up off your ass and stop making all these excuses, man. Because at the end of the day, when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua returns, man, through his son, Yahushua, man, with the angels, it's about getting, it's about you. What works have you done, man? Mm-hmm. It's about you being that watchman. What type of watchman were you? Because I've been in the military, I've done security details and whatnot, or whatever. You got certain watchmen that are very vigilant upon their watch, man. And then you got other men that are really, man, we ain't had nobody come through here in 5-6 years, man. They get drunk on the job, smoking weed on the job, having women come through. You really are not on your watch, man. You're settled on your leads. And for that, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua should bring you into judgment. Mm-hmm. So it's no excuses you having this truth, man, for you to be sitting behind a computer screen, you sitting behind a TV screen or whatever have you, man. You not coming out doing this work. Here it is, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You was at your lowest point. You was really at a point of death, man. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua gave you this truth, and now you had this truth. You know that you an Israelite, but yet you doing nothing with it. Mm-hmm. Or you going about it and you picking and choosing how you want to go about it, and you're not bowing your head unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and the discipline that comes along with this walk, man. Because he gave this to you for a reason, for you to actually be a servant unto him. Because you have good servants, you have wicked servants, man. And if I could, I'm gonna start out in Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 2, man. It says, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say to them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman. Mm-hmm. And we're the watchmen, man. The Lord has chosen us to be the watchmen over Israel. And it's a ranking system. We understand that, man. But at the end of the day, we were starting from apostle to heart, all the way down to the lowest man just coming into this faith, man. Just coming into account. At the same, it's still the same duty. It's still the same objective. Give warning unto the people to do the work. I'll continue on verse 3. When he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. And that's why we go out into the highways and byways, man. We blowing that trumpet. Lift up thy voice as a trumpet, man.
Yeah, and that's an active duty. That's a very alert duty when you're an individual that's a watchman. Okay. You have to constantly, like the brother said, you have to constantly be on your watch. You have to constantly scope the environment for invaders, scope for individuals in the inside that may be inside infiltration, and different things of that nature. And when you actually see destruction and things of that nature come, the first thing you do is sound the alarm. And what does that do? That arouses the troops, the ones that's already been on guard. They run to the weapons cache. They get the arrows, they get the spears or whatever. Even today's day, when certain alarms and things let off in the military, they grab their guns, they put their war attire on, and they get ready to get busy, man.
And me being in the military, man, when you're in a hot zone, man, hey, your weaponry, your armor is always nearby. Even when you at a rest period, you always in a state of mind that it could pop off at any time, man.
Yeah,
you gotta be on your watch, quarter, man.
Everything is close quarters. That's why they even have certain cadences in the military. This is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for pleasure, this is for fun. They have certain things where they'll speak about, their gun being basically their woman, man. Mm-hmm. That is your woman. That's what's going to save you. That's what's going to nurture you. That's what's going to help you survive and make it to the next day. And this is our sword, Hebrews 4:12. And a lot of men, they don't take this thing seriously, so they don't feel the need to watch. They don't feel the need to get in the the war of things, getting the mentality of war, sharpening each other's minds, because they feel like at the end of the day, these prophecies aren't going to come to pass. And that's an individual that's a sloth. The Lord hates slothfulness.
Okay.
That's one of the Lord's highest pet peeves in the scriptures is a slothful individual, man.
Okay.
A sleepy ass nigga, man. That's always sluggish at all his activities. He's not active. He's not on point. He doesn't have a sense of alertness. The Lord deals with alertness. He deals with a sound mind.
A sense of urgency.
He deals with a sense of urgency. That's why he spoke about righteous men are compared to watchmen, men that are constantly on their watch.
Okay.
You continue.
All right. Verse 3.
And they stand upon the tower. The tower is the name of Yahweh Shai. It tells you that in Proverbs, the 18th chapter, the 30th verse. The Lord's name is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe.
Okay.
You know? So we're inside of that tower, but we're not just in a tower just sitting around biting our fingernails, you know, sucking our thumbs. We in the towers watching.
Okay. Okay.
You know, we in the towers getting ready for that which has come to try to besiege the tower and to break it down. Because you have these different individuals that's on the outside that's looking. Esau is known as what? A predator. An apex predator at that. Not just any predator. He's known as a lion. He's known as a wolf. He's known as a serpent. Those are the top of the food chain.
Okay.
And he's looking to break down the nation of Israel. This go around and martial law and all these different things to come to pass. Esau is looking to get very, very busy. That's why you see these tanker trucks coming through all these different states. That's why you see all these different FEMA coffins. You see all these microchips being purchased, mass amount of microchips and these things of that nature. So this devil is going to be the opposing force or the aggressing force in this battle. But we have to be watching. We have to do the diligence. We have to keep each other on guard. So when this devil comes down as a flood, we'll have the proper fortitude to endure.
God, because Apostle Ramla just did a lesson earlier this week on what a leper should watch over the city, man. And that's the Esau. Esau's that leper, man. Mm-hmm. He's watching over us and bearing hard rule down on us. But I'll continue on this is verse 4. And this is the point, and this is the strength of the lesson. It says, verse 4, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Mm-hmm. So if you out there actually doing doing what you're supposed to do, and these people don't take heed to it, it's like, who cares, man? I blew the horn. That blood is on your head now. So I've done my job. And that's the whole point of this walk, man, to do the job that you were called to do. But this is the point in verse 5. It says, verse 6, I'll read it, verse 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him. Mm-hmm. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. And that's what we out there for. We're out there to actually deliver and wake up the elect, because the elect shall hear that alarm. It's like, oh shit, it's time for me to bounce. It's time for me to dip. I gotta go. I gotta get right, man. Why? Because that trumpet is a sign of calamity and destruction, mourning and woe to come, man. Because that trumpet it's a certain sound that horn, that trumpet is gonna put out that lets you know what time you in, man.
Yeah, it has a certain pitch. You know, the pitch is very aggressive, so to speak, to the ears. It makes it to the point it puts you in a state of alertness. Just like, you have certain dog whistles. It's certain whistles you can actually blow. And a lot of dogs in the radius can actually hear that whistle. And it puts them in a certain mental perspective, a certain mental alertness. And it's the same thing through this. This is the whistle of the Lord. That's why this is known as what? A trumpet. This is known as a bell. This is known as basically any instrument that actually sounds a certain pitch for the alertness of the people, for people to get cognizant and aware of the time to come. Okay. And you got certain men that's not going to listen, and you got certain men that's not going to play that tune. They actually take the tune of, alertness, and they'll play a goddamn a hymn, man. Mm-hmm. We're not in the time of playing David.